Good morning, listeners. Today, we have a special guest with us, Dr. Emily Green, a veterinarian with over 15 years of experience. We're going to dive into the age-old debate, who is smarter, dogs or cats? Welcome, Dr. Green.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So, let's get right to it. When people ask you if dogs or cats are smarter, how do you usually respond?
That's a great question. It's a bit tricky because smart can mean different things. Dogs and cats have different kinds of intelligence, so it's not a simple answer.
Interesting. Can you explain the different types of intelligence they have?
Sure, dogs are often considered smart because they can be trained to do various tasks. They understand commands, can perform tricks, and even help humans in roles like therapy and police work. This type of intelligence is called obedience intelligence.
So, dogs are good at following instructions and working with people?
Exactly. They are very social animals and thrive on interaction with humans and other dogs. They learn by watching and imitating, which makes them good at tasks that require cooperation.
And what about cats? How do they show their intelligence?
Cats are a bit different. They are known for their independence and problem-solving skills. For example, a cat might figure out how to open a door or find a hidden treat on its own. This is called problem-solving intelligence.
So, cats are good at figuring things out by themselves.
Yes, exactly. They might not always do what you ask, but that doesn't mean they don't understand. They just choose to do things their own way. This independence is a sign of their intelligence.
Fascinating. Is there any scientific way to measure intelligence in dogs and cats?
Scientists conduct various tests to study animal intelligence. They look at things like memory, problem-solving abilities, and social behaviors. For example, dogs might be tested on how well they follow commands, while cats might be tested on how they navigate obstacles to get food.
What have these tests shown?
Studies have shown that dogs generally score higher on social intelligence and obedience tasks, while cats excel in problem-solving and adaptability. It really depends on what type of intelligence you value more.
That makes sense. So, it's not really fair to say one is smarter than the other.
Exactly. It's like comparing apples and oranges. Both animals are smart in their own unique ways. It's important to appreciate the different strengths.
What do you think this means for pet owners?
I think it means that pet owners should understand and appreciate the unique qualities of their pets. Dogs might need more social interaction and training, while cats might need opportunities to explore and solve problems on their own.
We have a follow-up question from one of our listeners, which is more harmful in terms of germs, cats or dogs?
That's a very important question, especially for people concerned about hygiene and health.
So, what can you tell us about the germs that cats and dogs carry?
Both cats and dogs can carry germs that are potentially harmful to humans, but the types of germs and the risks they pose can be different. It's essential to understand these differences so pet owners can take appropriate precautions.
Let's start with dogs. What should people be aware of?
Dogs can carry a variety of bacteria and parasites. One common concern is Campylobacter, which can cause gastrointestinal illness in humans. Dogs can also carry Salmonella and E. coli, especially if they eat raw meat or come into contact with contaminated water. Additionally, dogs can be hosts to ticks and fleas, which can transmit diseases like Lyme disease and Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
How about cats? What kind of germs do they carry?
Cats also carry some harmful germs. One well-known concern is Toxoplasma gondii, a parasite that can cause toxoplasmosis. This can be especially dangerous for pregnant women and people with weakened immune systems. Cats can also carry Bartonella henselae, which causes cat scratch fever, and like dogs, they can carry Salmonella and E. coli.
Are there any differences in how these germs are transmitted from cats and dogs to humans?
Yes, there are some differences. Dogs often transmit germs through licking, as their saliva can contain harmful bacteria. They can also spread germs through their feces and by bringing ticks and fleas into the home. Cats, on the other hand, are more likely to transmit germs through scratches and bites. Their feces, especially if they are outdoor cats, can also be a source of transmission, particularly for toxoplasmosis.
What can pet owners do to minimize the risk of getting sick from their pets?
Good hygiene practices are crucial. Here are some tips for both dog and cat owners. 1. Wash hands. Always wash your hands after handling your pet, cleaning up after them, or touching their food and water dishes. 2. Regular vet visits. Keep your pet's vaccinations and deworming treatments up to date. Regular vet checkups can help catch and treat any infections early. 3. Clean living areas. Keep your pet's living areas clean, including their bedding, litter boxes, and any other areas they frequent. 4. Avoid raw meat. Do not feed your pets raw meat, as it can be a source of harmful bacteria. 5. Tick and flea prevention. Use tick and flea prevention treatments regularly, especially if your pets spend time outdoors. 6. Care with scratches and bites. Be cautious of scratches and bites, particularly from cats. Clean any wounds immediately and seek medical attention if necessary.
That's very helpful advice. So, it sounds like both cats and dogs have the potential to carry harmful germs, but with proper care, the risks can be managed.
Exactly. With good hygiene practices and regular veterinary care, the risks of getting sick from your pets can be greatly minimized. It's all about being a responsible pet owner.
That's great advice. Before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts on the dog versus cat intelligence debate?
I'd say that instead of trying to decide which is smarter, we should celebrate the amazing abilities of both dogs and cats. They each bring something special into our lives, and that's what makes them wonderful companions.
Well said, Dr. Green. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure, always happy to help.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Remember, whether you're a dog person or a cat person, your pet is smart in its own way. Stay tuned for more interesting topics coming up next.